live from Dallas, Texas. Find us online at photoboothinternational.com.
Hey guys, this is Josh here with Photo Booth International, and my buddy Shane came over. You may have remembered him from one of our webinars that we did. And so we were just talking and we were wondering what type of content we can give back to you guys, because we're really, really passionate about helping entrepreneurs, whether it is you're starting your photo booth business or any type of business out there. We were sitting here just discussing, like, what can we give back, because I feel like personally, and probably for you too, the amount of content that we've taken in the last couple of years, right? I mean, if you think about if you were to just put it into data, into gigs, like, it would be terabytes of data that we have consumed over the last, 5-10 years. Well, 5 years for me at least, is when I really started reading and growing myself. And so we just wanted to have a little conversation and bring you guys in on it. And Shane got his notebook here, and we just got done recording another video. It's about 9 p.m. Central Time here in Dallas. We're in the office and we're just visiting, and we just record.
And we're feeling inspired, right?
Yeah, we are.
That's why we're shooting a podcast.
We are. We're like, hey, let's just hit record and see what happens. So
we want to try to inspire you guys a little bit. So one thing on my mind is I was watching a Peter Sage video just last night. He was talking about entrepreneurs. He had 4 things that an entrepreneur needs to know when he's getting started. And I think this fits right in hand with Photo Booth International. Just the photo booths in general. What Josh sells it's a great business to start. It doesn't cost a lot of money. You can literally, if you get after it, you can pay that thing back in a month, 2 months, 3 months, and there's just not a investment out there that you can really do that and have the kind of fun that you do with this business. But all right, so here's the 4 points that Peter Sage was talking about that was just kind of inspiring. I was talking to Josh about it, and he's like, let's shoot a podcast right now. Let's hit it. So he was talking about the first thing you need to do is you need to understand. And he was talking about specifically jobs are not everything. We think that jobs are everything. In America, we go to school, we get all this education, we go, 12 years of schooling, then you go get a college degree, and maybe you get a master's degree and your PhD. But you really do that for one purpose. Obviously the education is great, the knowledge is great, but you do that for one purpose, and that is you want to get a good paying job. But the day and time we live in, there's no certainty with jobs. It's absolutely the opposite of that. 50 years ago, there was certainty with it. You could retire with a company, and you got these pretty little things called pensions, and guess what? Those are all gone. There are no pensions.
Let me ask you something. I want to interrupt your thought. In 2008, were you in banking and stuff?
Yes.
Okay, so what was one company that tumbled or bottom fell out or whatever that you just couldn't believe because there was such a cornerstone in just society and industry? I mean, like Lehman Brothers or
that's it. Those guys right there.
Yeah.
And it was unbelievable. You're talking about 100-year institutions, even more than that, some of them, and to know how fragile they really are with kind of one toxic loan program, which was these mortgage-backed securities. It blew your mind.
All right. Sorry to interrupt you, but that's what I wanted to touch on. But go ahead.
You're good. Yeah. You're good. So, all right. So we're talking about the certainty of these jobs. So one of the things that he talked about was your job security is really based on how well that CEO manages the company. If that guy has some missteps, guess what? You're out. Mm-hmm. That company may fold shop. Right. So that security that you were counting on is gone. And I have people reaching out to me, again, not all the time, but, they will reach out to me and say, hey, I lost my job, and what do I need to do now? And what I tell them to do is the first thing we have to do is we have to change your mindset, because you were trained, you grew up in an environment that taught you that getting a good education so you get a good paying job so that you would essentially be depending upon somebody else for your livelihood is one of the most dangerous things in this economy that we live in now. And we've got to figure out a way to fend for ourselves. We've got to learn how to fish. Mm-hmm. And not have somebody give us a fish.
Right.
And so that is being an entrepreneur. So understand that jobs are not everything. That was the first thing he touched on. Number 2, ask the right questions. If you're going to be an entrepreneur, why do you want to be an entrepreneur? If you want to be an entrepreneur just because you want to show your buddy Tom that you can actually do it when he said you couldn't, that may not be the best reason why you need to be an entrepreneur. And so, but if you want to express your passion in a way that transforms into a business, that's a good reason why. If you want to be in control of your own destiny, if you want to lead people, then that's probably a good reason why you need to be an entrepreneur. So that was the number 2 thing. Ask the right questions. Number 3, and this one right here, it hit me hard, man. Upgrade your peer group. Mm-hmm. So Josh and I, we have this little mastermind group that, we meet in, where there's 6 to 10 people on any given session that we meet, but we are always trying to upgrade our mentality and our mindset. And we meet specifically to grow our business acumen. We meet to grow as leaders. And the purpose is, though, that we're always growing. And if you're around a group of people that are not growing, then my argument is that you're probably dying. Mm-hmm. And so if you want to be massively successful, but the people that you're hanging around with are not massively successful, then it's the law of conformity, and informally they're going to bring you back down to their level. And it's not that they're bad people. It's just that their mindset is different than the people that are succeeding. He talked about a 5% of the world rule the world, and it's staggering, the truth to that. Mm-hmm. But that 5% of the world is busting it. They're getting after it, and their peer group consists of people that make billions. Right. And so you're going to make, on average, you take your 5 to 10 closest friends, and you're going to make the average of what those guys make. That's your income level. So if you want to go to the next level, how do you do that? Either that entire group decides they want to go to the next level, or more than likely what happens is you need to upgrade your peer group. You need to be with the people that help you start your dreams and chase your dreams, and not around those people that are dream stealers. When you share your ambition with a bunch of people that don't have any ambition at all, that's a dangerous thing to do. You need to make sure that you share your ambition with people that are going the same place you are, because they're going to embrace those ambitions and that dream that you have and not kill that immediately. So that was the third grade thing. Upgrade your peer group. And the last thing that he had was developing the right habits. So that's very important. And Josh, you can probably attest just on reading books and look at the people that you've hung out with in the last 2 years and where you have grown emotionally, spiritually, business-wise, your business acumen, by developing those right habits of reading and, just hanging around those people that are doing it too. You want to share something about habits?
Yeah, so just hanging around the right people, we had to let go of some friends. We got high school buddies. You got these people that, still staying with their moms and not progressing in life. And I have this thing that I do. I do a reality check with the people who are around me, and I look back. Like, where were you last year, and where are you today? If I don't see any progress, like, we're probably not going to be hanging out, a lot, or a lot less than what we were. And so upgrading your group, I know ever since, I joined your group, we started getting together. I mean, everything is, it's doubled. Like, income, business has grown, making better decisions. That wouldn't have been possible had I been on my own, fighting by myself. And so I also think back to, like, all of the greatest leaders, whether it's presidents or, business leaders, over history, they all had a group of people, right? Isn't like that's how the Illuminati came, right? Like, you think about all these myths, but there's so much of truth behind a lot of these things, is because these people had groups of people. And I also think about have you seen on Netflix the Men Who Made America?
No.
Oh, you gotta watch that. Yeah, okay. But basically, it's talking about how like Henry Ford and Rockefeller, like how they built this country. And they at times they came together themselves, and they're I mean, at that time they were billionaires and what they are today, but even they chose to hang around each other in those times. And so in order to be successful, another rule that I follow is you got to mirror what successful people are doing. And so if I see someone doing that and he's getting that result, then I'm going to do the same thing, And so is that the end of your list there?
Yeah. On the habit side, the first thing he talked about was another one, and just to play on the things you're talking about, is the habit of taking care of your body. And, you can't do anything without a healthy body. Right. So you got to be healthy. So I totally appreciate that one. Another one that he touched on, and I like this comment, he said, when you stretch yourself past your comfort zone, your body always returns with a better version of yourself.
I like that. Yeah.
And it's true. So when you're growing, it's uncertain and it's not comfortable.
Right.
And you're reaching out and you're stepping out of your comfort zone and it is uncomfortable.
Right.
But when you do that, when you stretch yourself, your body responds and you return with a better version of yourself every time. And you're thankful you did it. Even though it may have been hard in the moment,
right.
You're thankful that you did it.
Yeah, as soon as another rule that I follow, as soon as I feel that creeping up, that scared, that uncertainty, I know that's something I got to do it, so I run towards it. That's one of the last time that happened, this class I was taking, they needed a volunteer for the class to speak and represent the class at the graduation. And nobody, as soon as that email came out, I was like, all right, I need to work on my, public speaking. So I responded.
You volunteered?
I replied all, and I volunteered, and I said, hey, I'll do it if nobody wants to do it.
Did you regret as soon as you did it?
No, I didn't. I mean, I had to, I know, like, I've developed a habit, actually. Now that I think about it, it's a habit that if I feel scared or whatever, then I know I got to do it. Then I would just run towards it. And so, yeah, now that is a habit, actually, yeah.
To play on that right there, the other thing he said, embrace uncertainty. He said that is the number one trait of all entrepreneurs, is they learn the habit of embracing uncertainty.
Right. What's going to happen if we let this guy go, or if I launch this new product, or if I buy this new,
And you've been through that,
right,
where you ask those questions.
Right.
What happens this? What happens if that?
Right. And, we'll see. We got to roll with the blows and go, because, you got to just keep going.
Here's the last thing, and he said, the fears that we do not face become our limits. I love that.
Right.
The fears that we choose not to face become the limits of where we can go. Right. So that's another reminder that we have got to
run towards it.
Says, hey, we need somebody to stand up and speak in front of this group of people. Just
everybody I knew as soon as that email went out, 26 classmates of mine, that fear came on them.
That's right.
That fear came on them right away. Boom. And I responded back. I said, hey, I'm going to do it. And they were all very thrilled that hopefully they don't listen to this.
Just because they didn't have to do it, I get
it. Because they didn't have to do it. So, but that's their limit. And how that ties back into everything. If you got to go out there and pitch your business, and you got to, we got, let's say, 5 wealthy people that are ready to invest in your company, and you can't go up there and pitch it and sell it because you're nervous, because you didn't take that opportunity to learn when you had that opportunity, then, that's putting yourself at a severe disadvantage, And so that's why it's good to run towards your fears.
Yeah, and I would add to that on the uncertainty side. And I'm real big on this too, of just getting started. We see these guys that are massively successful. We were out at an event, you and I, and it was a car dealership of exotic cars, and you look around the room and you're like, and your first thought that goes through your mind is, oh, I'll never be able to do that.
Right.
And we even shot a video of we were inspired by it, and so we decided to shoot a video. But the thing that you need to remind yourself of is none of that starts right away. That's the result of many, many years of doing things right and becoming successful.
Consistent.
But the thing is just to get started. Do not get overwhelmed thinking about, oh, I can't achieve, the end dream. Don't worry about the end dream right now. Your job is to just take that first step. Just take that baby step. None of this stuff, you think about self-made men, and none of that is achieved right out of the gate. That is many, many years plowing the field consistently. But the thing to keep in mind is just take that step. Mm-hmm. Do not let that be the limit on why you don't get started. Just get started. Do not get overwhelmed thinking about that. Just take that first step.
Right. And, I never thought I would be, involved, like with you guys, when I get started, or just doing what I'm doing. We started as a rental business. We were just like, oh, we're going to be doing parties and events. Now, we have a global, international business. We sell, in over 15 countries, and we have photo booths all over the world and podcasts. And
Did
videos.
you think you could do that when you got started?
No, I didn't. But consistency over time and growth equals success.
Well said.
That's the equation right there. Consistency over time plus growth equals success. Yeah. So that's definitely the equation. Not looking back on it now, but had I not started at all. The other thing is, like, when I talk to a lot of entrepreneurs, they get paralyzed. Oh, I need this information. I got to do market research. I got to run the numbers. I got to talk to this person. I got to talk to that. I mean, the paralyzing effect of all that. I was thinking about that this morning when I was getting into my car. There's time and a place for all of that, but at some point you got to get the show on the road, or you got to get packing, get moving, because somebody's out there is hungrier than you, is going to be faster than you, that wants it more than you, and if you can't, if you're not going to get started with it, you're really doing yourself, a disservice by not doing that. Obviously, do your research in it, but not getting started because you have to have every single piece of information. To me, is just I don't understand. I mean, we didn't have no business plan when we started. We went to Home Depot. We bought some wood. We put the camera in there. We put the touch screen. We got a keyboard. We didn't know anything about software, printers, and whether it was an HD camera and how many megapixels, and whether it's a solid state hard drive, or are you going to put the i3 or the i5 computer? None of that. We got started, boom, first event, $500, DJ and photo booth, December 6, 2012. Not all that paralyzing stuff. We got started, we got rolling.
With a homemade photo
With a homemade photo booth and an HP printer from Walmart that cost $47. And we had to buy the photo paper from Canon that was like 50 prints for like $25. So we were paying out the Wooza for that, and we had to manually we had a paper cutter to cut the strips in half, and we got started. Now, if I didn't take those steps, if I was getting paralyzed and thinking about this and that, then, I mean, where would we be,
And thinking about to where you've come now,
right.
If you even remotely thought about going out to an event, right, like you did the first one.
Right. Oh, the first event? DJing?
You'd probably laugh, right?
Yeah, right. No, I mean, we forgot... it's DJ and photo booth, the first event, and I forgot my laptop for DJing, so I had to DJ the event with two iPhones, my iPhone and my business partner at the time, his iPhone. And so that's how we did it, and we made $500 the first night, and that was our first event, and, we learned, and we got started.
Rolling.
Right, but it's that step that led me to something else and something else and something else. Now, I have, I can be an investor in companies, I can start other companies, and now I can run our company, and now I'm confident. But had I not taken that first step, it was scary at that time. But, yeah.
So that's it, guys. So we were just trying to sit around. We were feeling inspired, and so we decided just to start this little podcast. Hopefully, you guys got some inspiration out of that. But again, if you guys ever need anything, reach out to Josh, and he'll take care of you.
We gotta set you up with some contact info.
Do it.
We do, yeah. We're going to do that, yeah. All right, guys. Well, thanks for tuning in. We just wanted to fill you in on what was going on. And thanks for tuning in to the podcast. We know you guys are tuning in from all over the world. Let us know, like, where you are, where you're from. Go onto our Facebook page and like our page, and send us a message and let us know that you're tuning in. We don't really know who listens to this, but we know people are listening to it all over the world, so... shout out to everybody in Tokyo. We know that we have a lot of downloads.
Australia.
Shout out to
and folks in Australia.
yeah, we'll hopefully we'll see you guys soon, and you guys are doing great out there. Keep reading, keep growing, and good luck.
And just get started, guys.
Get started.
Good luck to you.
All right. Talk to you later.